I've seen people like NESTERENKO, great Nigerians in this village, which some other person in the city are not opportune to be seen. So I'm happy with this surrounding that God has given to us.
The environment is benefiting with the vegetation we have, like the forest trees. The air that we have is quite different from the one other people have. We don't have a lot of heat. The weather is not hot. It's always normal to the body, and it's very good to our health.
Formerly, I was doing Okada that time. Then after Okada, I bought a taxi. So throughout, I've been taking people to ranch for sightseeing, going from Obudu to up here.
Thus, the presence of the villagers going about their daily routine, indifferent towards the weather, thereby offering tourists opportunity to have an idea of what life is like under such climate. To appreciate the weather, a typical day could be so foggy that visibility will be practically impossible, particularly at the top of the ranch, which is inhabited by both the villagers and visitors alike.
During rainy season, it's plenty of rain. It can fall in one hour time, it falls, it stops, it falls again. During this time, we face difficulties even to go to farm because of much rain. During dry season, we have mud time, but the mud time don't last much. Very soon we'll have heat period. But here you will not feel too heat, you have average weather. But it is one of the plateau that is very cool. But here is the best of the mountain. So here, the weather at times used to be normal during dry season. But during rainy season, we have plenty of rainfall.
We produce our own food ourselves. Like our soil is very fertile, though it's a mountainous area, but it's very fertile. In other places, they do till heap before they plant something like cassava, yams. But in our own area, we plant cassava, we just weed, and then we plant cassava. And actually, it will be very well, it will produce very well. So I believe God has really blessed the land.
For instance, our crew was so amazed by what the weather is like around 2 p.m. Thus, our decision to take these shots around 2 in the afternoon. One of the fascinating additions to this wonder of the world, which has since placed it on the world map, is the biggest cable car in sub-Saharan Africa.
The icing on the cake of Obudu, which is our flagship, is of course the cable car. The cable car is an attraction and a means of transport, but it is more of an attraction because it is the first cable car in all of Black Africa, not minding the fact that South Africa, Cape Town, has a cable car that is just about 1,000-meter span. There are some distance between the towers that are 1,000 plus meters. The cable car can transport 240 people in 15 minutes up the mountains instead of the regular 35-40 minutes that you'll be experiencing if you went driving through the winding road. We have the alternative for the winding road for those who are scared of heights, dangling from that level. But I tell you, this is an attraction for women and children. And anywhere you can find women and children, you'll definitely find the men there.
The project did not only attract the best brains in the industry to the country, it equally changed some of their perception about Nigeria and indeed Africa.
Have to use our experience about from 1989. The first time we used a helicopter in Papua New Guinea, in Australia, in Singapore, Taiwan, and Philippines, and Australia. At last we're at home, at Nigeria. So supposed to make it a good job and to be friends with you and to get all communication good and to be a cooperate for our common success.
The last trip was the most, for me, challenging, most exciting of all my life, believe me. I mean, there's nothing else to say. I'm just very happy that the job is done, and that's the most important for me. That's all.
I had a very bad impression about Africa. My second visit is Nigeria. It changed everything. I'm very happy to work here, and I like the people here, and I like everybody who is working with us. Thank you, everybody.
The completion of the project has since been ensuring a thrilling moment for tourists flocking to Obudu. From the takeoff point on this journey to the end of the trip, the visitors are assured of a complete and fascinating view of the entire ranch. Indeed, the construction of this modern amenity marks the turning point in the tourism industry in Cross River State and by extension in Nigeria. The undulating nature of the entire landscape reveals the beauty of Obudu Mountain to every visitor. Whichever part of the plain you turn your gaze, you're beholden by the allure of this breathtaking spectacle. For instance, at the Holy Mountain area, when the weather is clement and the visibility is very good, you are confronted with enchanting plains as far as Cameroon Mountains.
We are now in the Holy Mountain, and this particular spot we are standing is a point where the community was served during the First World War. That was in 1914 to 1918. Though the Germans were not in Nigeria, but since this place is very close to Cameroon, the Germans were in Cameroon, and they used this terrain as their point to stay and strike in Cameroon. So within the mountain area where the community was staying, they would always go there to kill them and push them off. But the one that was staying at this very spot till from 1914 to 1918, nobody was tampered with. That's the reason why they know that it's a holy place. It's one of the most beautiful spots within the mountain for people that want to come and relax. Because at this point, if you now find out if the weather was clear, you will find out that you see more than 2-3 different waterfalls. Also the beginning of the Takamada National Park Forest in Cameroon, and also the Cameroon environment.
It is therefore not surprising that visitors are ever attracted to these resorts.
I want to tell you, let's say 95% of our expectation. It's a beautiful place to be.